At $895 a year, most people assume the AMEX Platinum is overpriced. But I'm going to make the case today that it might actually be a bargain. And I'll back it up with every dollar I'm personally getting back from this card. So let's talk about it. I am so happy to have you here with me today. Let's get started. So Amex advertises over $3,500 in annual value on the Platinum card, and that number is the sum of every credit and benefit the card offers. Now, those benefits break into two categories: statement credits, which are fixed dollar reimbursements that post to your account when you spend in qualifying categories, and the perks. They carry real value, but no predefined dollar amount. So let's start off with credits. The credits I'd like to cover here are those that align with habits I already have. So I'm not changing my behavior to collect them. They're working around how I was already spending. First is the hotel credit. It comes as up to $300 semi-annually, or $600 for the year. And this is applied to prepaid bookings through the fine hotels and resorts or the hotel collection via the Amex travel portal. Now, I travel frequently both for work and personal trips, and this credit helps to offset the cost of extra days that I might tack onto the end of a work trip or for family travel. And I'm booking qualifying stays in both halves of the year, so I'm collecting the full $600. And then there's Uber Cash, which is $15 per month loaded automatically into your Uber account, which increases to $20 in December for a total of $200 per year. Now for me, this covers rides when I'm traveling, and in the months where I'm not on the road, I use it toward meal and food orders through Uber Eats. Either way, it's getting used. Now, one thing to know, it doesn't roll over month to month, so if you don't use it, you're going to lose it. For the airline fee credit, you get up to $200 per calendar year for incidental charges on one select airline. In my case, I've set it to American. Now, this covers things like checked bags and in-flight purchases. But two uses I want to specifically call out is that it can be applied toward an Admirals Club Day Pass, which currently runs for $79 per guest. And I've also had success using it to cover loyalty status upgrade offers. For example, paying to upgrade my status from American Airlines Platinum to Platinum Pro for a year. Now, that last one is a move that most people don't know is eligible, and it's one of the more valuable ways to put this credit to work. Clear Plus is up next. Now, this is $209 per year toward a Clear membership. Now, I have my wife added to my account, so the credit covers most but not all of my annual fee. But between Clear Plus and TSA PreCheck, my family and I have saved countless hours that would have otherwise been spent waiting in screening lines. And that time has real value, even if it doesn't show up in a spreadsheet. There's also the Resi credit, which gives you $100 per quarter as a statement credit at eligible U.S. Resi restaurants, so $400 per year. Enrollment is required, but once it's active, the credit posts automatically when you use the card at participating locations. So I'm based in the Austin metro area, and there are no shortage of options. The Resi footprint here is pretty strong. But what I like about this credit is that it doesn't just offset what I was already spending. It actually incentivizes me to try new restaurants that I might not have known about or considered otherwise. And it's just as useful when I'm traveling. Using it to offset dining costs on the road is a straightforward way to reduce the overall travel expenses that I have. And it works just as well outside of Austin as it does at home. And rounding out this group is the digital entertainment credit, which is $25 per month on qualifying services. So this includes Disney Plus, Hulu, the New York Times, and others for a total of $300 per year. Now, YouTube TV and YouTube Premium were also recently added to the list of eligible services. Now, I already subscribe to a number of these services, so that's $300 per year that I'm collecting without changing a single habit. So let's add it all up. There's $600 from the hotel credit, $200 in Uber Cash, $200 from the airline fee credit, $209 toward Clear Plus, $400 from Resi, and then $300 in digital entertainment. And you're at over $1,900 a year in credits that align with how I already live and spend. Now, the annual fee is $895, as we stated previously. So we've more than cleared that by more than $1,000. And we're not done yet. So if we stop right there, the card has already more than paid for itself. But there's another set of credits that further amplifies the value. And the important thing that I want you to take away is that these come at no incremental cost to you as a cardholder. You're already paying the annual fee. These are benefits sitting there waiting to be used, and there's no reason to leave them on the table. So Lululemon, for example, gives you up to $75 per quarter or $300 per year for eligible purchases at US Lululemon retail stores and lululemon.com. Now, I'm not someone who walks into Lululemon on a regular basis, but when the card is covering it, I use it. Now, my most recent credit went toward running shorts for one of my daughters who runs cross country. And as a big Disney fan, I've noticed that Lululemon carries Disney themed and branded items that I could see myself putting towards future credit. Uber One is covered next. This gives you up to $120 per year to reimburse the cost of an auto-renewing Uber One membership. Now, this is separate from the $200 Uber Cash benefit. Uber One gives you 6% back on rides, $0 delivery fees on qualifying food and grocery orders, up to 10% off delivery and pickup orders, automatic surge savings when rider demand is high, and 10% Uber One credits on car rentals. Now, I wouldn't pay for this membership out of pocket, but because the card is covering it, then I have it. And those savings layer directly on top of the Uber Cash that I'm already collecting every month. You also have Walmart Plus, which rounds out this group, which is up to $155 per year, covering one auto-renewing monthly membership at up to $12.95 per month. Now, I'll be honest, I don't use Walmart Plus the way that most people think about it, but there are two things I do use it for that make it genuinely worthwhile. The first is grocery delivery when I'm traveling, particularly when I'm in Orlando for either a Disney or Universal trip. Being able to get groceries or snacks delivered to the resort instead of paying theme park prices for every meal is a real convenience. The second is the streaming benefit. An active Walmart Plus membership gives you either Peacock Premium or Paramount Plus at no additional cost, depending on current promotions. Now, that's a streaming subscription that I'd otherwise have to pay for separately, which is included at no cost through a membership the card is already covering. Now, add those up. That's $300 for Lululemon, $120 for Uber One, and then $155 for Walmart Plus. And that's another $575 per year. Combined with the just over $1,900 from the previous group, we're now at almost $2,500 in total credits collected annually against an $895 fee. That's a surplus of nearly $1,600. And we still haven't talked about the benefits that don't carry a fixed dollar amount at all. And that's where things get even more interesting. So this section here is where Amex gets you from roughly $2,500 toward over $3,500 in value, and where your specific travel patterns determine how much additional value you extract. So let's start with the Global Lounge Collection, which is valued by Amex at over $850 annually in value, and it covers access to Centurion lounges, Delta Sky Club visits for Delta flyers, and Priority Pass Select membership. Now, I don't personally fly Delta, so the Sky Club visits aren't part of my personal equation, but if Delta is your primary airline, those 10 complimentary visits add meaningful value on their own. For me, it's the Centurion Lounge access and Priority Pass that I lean on every time that I travel, and that access is a genuine upgrade to the overall travel experience. You also have the hotel benefits, which extend well beyond the credit. Fine hotels and resorts bookings through Amex Travel come with a suite of complimentary perks that Amex values at over $550 per stay on average. That's room upgrades when available, early check-in, late checkout, daily breakfast for two, and a $100 property credit. And the card automatically confers Marriott Bonvoy Gold Elite and Hilton Honors Gold status with no stay requirement and no threshold to hit. So between the Fine Hotels and Resorts experience and Gold status at two of the largest hotel programs in the world, the card is delivering real value on top of the $600 hotel credit every time you travel. Now let's look at purchase protection. And this is where most cardholders leave value on the table without even realizing it. There's purchase protection that covers new purchases for 90 days against damage or theft. There's extended warranty, which adds one additional year on eligible items with manufacturer warranties of 5 years or less. You have return protection, which lets you return qualifying purchases within 90 days, even if the merchant won't accept them. Cell phone protection covers your device against damage and theft when you pay your monthly bill with the card, and this is subject to a deductible. And rounding things out are Amex offers, targeted merchant-specific discounts and statement credits that rotate through your account. The value varies by cardholder and timing, but I treat whatever I collect here as upside on top of everything else. There's one thing that's worth noting here. If you have a Max Rewards Gold membership, it will automatically activate all of your Amex offers for you. That means that anytime you use your card at a merchant with an active offer, you get the benefit without ever having to go into the Amex app to manually activate it yourself. Now, that's a meaningful quality of life improvement if you're very serious about capturing every offer that's available to you. And that's going to do it for today's video. Now, I've been carrying the AMEX Platinum card for a while now, and the math speaks for itself. Nearly $2,500 in credits against an $895 annual fee is truly a bargain by any measure. And that's before the lounge access, hotel status, and purchase protections, which add more on top of that value. But this card does require active management. You have to know what's available, enroll where required, and actually use what the card offers. Do that, and the case makes itself. Now, if you found this video helpful, please do give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and click that notification bell so that you don't miss out on the next one. And if you know someone who's paying this fee and not sure whether they're getting their money's worth, or someone who's trying to decide whether to apply, then send this video their way. And why don't you drop a comment below and tell me which credits you're actually collecting on the AMEX Platinum card if you are a current cardholder. I would love to see how your math compares to mine. And I want to thank you so much for watching. And as always, I encourage you to dream big, to live well, and to do great things. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video.